Okay, what's going on, Grand Rising? Today is Wednesday, May the 15th, 2024, and we're gonna go straight in. We're not gonna really go into a breakdown because I was transferring some files over. But we did just have news at 7:30, which did inject a lot of liquidity into the markets. So let's see here. Make sure we're on here. Okay. Okay, cool. So we did have a lot of liquidity that was injected into the markets after that 7:30 news. So um, the bias is, see what we get here at New York, but I do happen to see like there is equal lows here on NQ from that news. There also is equal lows on ES. So really fast push up. Dollar index fell below 105 very violently, even fell to 104.50. Took that daily 4-hour wick low, and now we might see a little bit of retracement. So I kind of want to show this just really quickly. Is we came down, we're into that weekly down candle open. We took the internal liquidity on daily and 4-hour, and you might see a slight bit of retracement today after all that news. Otherwise, we might just see price fall to 104 flat, 103.50s, which would push up these markets. So we got about 40 seconds before this opens. I'm anticipating the push down. If I can see some 15 5-minute structure, I'll take it. My goal is to not take more than 1 to 2 setups. Just trying to take a step forward today. And let's try to stay one-on-one. See you guys on the other side. Make sure you went through your trader's constitution, and let's have a blessed one. I do have Top Step over here on the other side, just kind of watching and peeping. So I like how over bought we are for the futures. So I think I am going to take an attempt on here if we can start breaking lower here on the 5-minute. Because every time it pulls back up from this point, I would love to grab entries. I don't want my risk to go much further than 22, right? So really trying to frame it off that 15.5 area. Eighteen five 18 basically. But I want to see that first 1-minute close. Okay. So I do like that. They all are kind of starting with a little bit of bearishness, but no signs yet. Okay, so I do like this price. I like how it's coming up right into that New York Open. So I may attempt here, putting my risk here, 18 at 5/18s. I need to see a little bit more though, personally. Stop loss, 5/18s. So right now, not a clear stop loss. Because if you're using 47, that's way too high. So I would use like 5/30s right now, potentially. And then take profits are going to be that 18,400 and below. So right now, it's not really presenting that, which is fine. If they want to push it higher one more time first, I'll be patient. I'm gonna put 18,350 just in case. But like I said, this is invalid right now. They're not really showing me that sign. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just wait here. And those 4 hours went really crazy. So to see this setting up is pretty good. Hold on. So just watching the price here, we're really overbought, so I'm not gonna like try to force my way into something like this. But I am gonna look for this first 5 minute candle and see if they can, not get above this high of this market. Now, one thing I am gonna mark here to identify is gonna be this half level that we're coming up on potentially, which is 18,550s. 18,550. And so pay attention to that. And small time price action. So ES on the move, YM's on the move. They all look still pretty bullish here. 4 hour and 1 hour. And then if you take a look at that daily, we're really pushing, we're breaking structure there. At that last up candle on NQ, we've already done it on ES, and we're pushing that 40,000 print on YM. So weeklies could go take the highs. I mean, since we opened this month, it's been pretty bullish. So I'll be patient here and be watching. So first 5 minute candle is getting ready to close bullish, but that doesn't mean anything because we haven't really broke anywhere. Definition of inflated. So first 5 minute close, nice and bullish. Price is continuing up. Okay. So right now, really no action for me. Prices making higher highs and higher lows. So that first move that we've got here on New York Open is a bullish move. So we do want to understand that. And then I think we could slip this 18,550 first. But if we start to break down, I may attack, like I said, 18,400, a little bit lower, 18,393s. And then ES is pushing higher, and all their 1 hours look really good still. And 4 hours to continue up. So they are taking the highs on ES currently right now. So yeah, I mean, we're just at a really, extended point, I believe. But if these can, the high of the market on daily is 53.33. So we're only 33 points away from the highs, and the high on NQ is 18,709. So we're only about 200 points away there. This is what I want to see though, right, in this type of area. And I want to be able to put my risk somewhere like this, at this level of resistance if it goes under. So what would this be? 18,532 and a quarter. Two and a quarter. All right. Okay, profits are going to be right under that. 380, I would say. 380 area. Like right under those lows. Now, what I'm looking for now is my location in my trade. I'm above New York Open. I'm in the right spot on the 50 or the 5 minute candle. Now my risk going here would be a little bit more dangerous. So what I want to see is it go below New York and then come back up and touch it. Because I don't want it to just be a breakout test, like higher, high, higher, low, and keep going. I want to see if I can get it there. So I don't want them, I like how it is right there. I'll watch this next candle kind of push up. And if it potentially pushes up into the area I like, then I'll start to evaluate that trade. I do have to kind of understand that this is, what time is it? 19 seconds. That these are double tops. So these are liquidity, or these are a level of resistance that can help me out to get to that other base that I'm looking at. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so nice. I like how that looks. Now price can close with this 1 minute breaking structure, which it is lower low. Then anything back above New York, I'm probably gonna take. If it gives me that chance, it may just simp. Anything back above New York open, though, I'm looking to grab. So 509s, stop losses, 32s. So, and that location on that trade would have been beautiful, being in the open of that 50%, being in the open of that 5. So this pullback would be great if it goes above open. ES kind of having a hard time at 53, so I like that pricing. Only thing I don't like is that those are double tops, but I do like the location in 15 and 5. So right there at New York Open, either that area is going to work right here, fit on that 5-minute open, 15-minute open, or it's going to fall off. So we've got about 32 minus 10. So about a 22-point risk on the trade. So I'm looking to fill at least 50% of this imbalance here and be able to probably pull a position off of that around 50% if it doesn't go reach higher first. We'll see. ES still looking pretty strong at 53, so. I like that push. Really nice so far. Nice. Okay. Just making sure I'm in there. Now, if we can just get this pushed down, then that'll be great. But if they reach up for those highs first, then, we may have to take another entry. They may just want those highs first. We'll see. We'll be able to kind of tell when this 5-minute closes. So unless price starts to fall here and go below 18.5, then this will probably reach up based off how that 15 looks and how ES is looking on the 15, going higher than 53 here, pretty strong. So we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing. They may pop this double top first. So let's see. ES screaming higher right now. Making new highs on 15 and Okay, I like how that price is starting to move now. Like I said, that 15 can just really play out and push lower into the 18,440. That would be fire. Really nice if it was to do that. Now, if they respect this New York Open and keep going higher, they can definitely do that. Just based on how the structure looked. But I feel like we're so overbought from that 7:30 news that we should retrace some of that expansion. But we don't have to before we go higher first. But we'll kind of know. Price is starting to close below New York really quickly and reject that 5-minute last up candle and 15. So this 15-minute candle can close closer to 18.5 or start to close lower, or that 5-minute starts to break structure. I think we will come into the 18,450s where we'll be able to scale out some of this and walk away, because this could be a dragged out day. So first 15 minutes, we're kind of just moving sideways after expansion. And so I would love to see, like I said, a push lower here, take out these traders. Okay, starting to fail there. That looks good. So good push right there. Really, really good push. So if price moves really fast to that area, then me personally, I will look to partial out of some of this, just because I have a certain goal for today on this account, and once I hit it, I'm going to be done. It looks really good here. If this 5-minute can continue to go lower. So what I'm actually going to do today, just because of the positioning, I think I'm going to go ahead and, oops, I pressed sell. Hope it doesn't. I was bringing it up so slow. All right, so what I'm going to do in this area is I'm going to reduce the contract down, I believe. Let me look at it one more time while I'm in profit still. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to. Okay, so I do get a chance to while I'm there. Okay, so that condensed me down to one contract, which is good. It reduces my risk just in case price does go a little higher today. Then I won't be susceptible to so much risk, which I'm already having a pretty good week. And so now I can really just manage this trade to where I want to get to, which is if it falls, the full 100 points back to, daily open, back to even 50% here, I would be grateful. So I'll kind of show what I mean by that. Reach a half level, 18,450. Okay, so we are starting to push in our favor. 18,450 would be a good area. Now, the reason I reduced the contract down today is just because I don't like it as much, but I do like it when I'm looking, because I'm a better buyer than seller, right? So we played on the right side of the V. We played at the point of interest like we needed to. So whatever really kind of happens on this trade is kind of whatever happens. But I do think that 18,393 lows are really, really something that we'll look to reach down to. Now, me personally, like I said, I only really need till 18,420s today to complete my day in this week, and I'll probably be done for the week if this can play out. So I like the location of the 15. I like the location of the 5. Could have done a little bit better of location on my 1 minute being up above New York, but I like it. I'm a 15-minute player, so that works out for me perfectly. But the entry's fire above New York Open, inside the locations. I mean, that's fire.
those key levels below that show price acceptance from times past. That is also what John is converging on at the same time. And whenever we see
Okay, so that looks good. Take a look at this upside down too on the right side of that V. So even securing, like I said, at least halfway of this move would be great. We're looking at 50 points. That would be pretty good. But we're not out of the woods yet. They're still kind of holding that ES price up 52.96 above New York Open. So let me mark New York Open on YM as well. New York Open YM. Okay, so New York Open is being respected on YM, but ES is starting to kind of fall over, and I think this is getting ready to fall over, so we're getting good price here. And yes, I could have stayed with 2 contracts, but it's fine. Really good pricing here. And this is a one-on-one trade. I've only taken 1 trade a day recently. Really nice push. Really nice push. 2 contracts would be 1,400, so that's pretty good. Getting past. So as they capitulate down into this 50% level, you kind of want to think of it like this, how I do. I have a lot of confluences running, right? But the low of the day is here to the high of the day, which was here. And so now when you look at the Fibonacci retracement, people get weak-handed down here at 20 levels where the algo and 78.6. Well, I can add text like snipe. Oh, gosh. Okay, cool. Okay, so at this point, we have broken lower low on the 5, right? We have broken lower low showing signs of weakness. So once they do that, they could rally back up, right? So in this situation here, we're just going to continue to watch our 5-minute open, right? 5-minute close, 5-minute open. So 8:50 to 8:55, where's it going to close? And then we want to see, we have our 1 hour. I want to bring over here really quick just so you guys have an idea of what I'm looking at on a higher time frame. Is I want to see that 1 hour sweep of liquidity and I can be out of there today. I don't even need to really wait for it to fall super far. If it does, it does. But today I'm looking for a certain amount. Okay. Okay. So we're really pushing really good right into those areas. So what I'm going to do is we need a little bit more here, which pretty much for me, I'm probably going to move that buy stop down to secure this trade because I only have 1 contract on, not 2 anymore. I just remembered that part too. So if price, basically comes back, I would say above New York Open, it would probably be like them just filling that imbalance. But if I just be patient here, I think, and I wait for the break of 18,450, I think that we could push a little bit lower into that daily open. But this is a great fill, a great imbalance fill. So if you just get an engulfing candle here, though, you don't want to put it past them that they'll come for these equal highs. So I'll reduce that risk down just slightly to here. So now I'm at about 1924, about a 15-point risk, I believe. Like I said, better buyer than I am seller. So seeing that I played the right side of the V with my target being point of interest and daily open is kind of like where my mind is set. And I'm really focused on 15 and 5-minute closures. Really not trying to, I don't really use the 1 minute except to move things as tight as possible. And ES is failing really nice as well. And now you have YM. I just want to bring that over to on a 15 and a great position to close lower and then give you an opportunity to play it. So if they can all continue to do this, then that's great. That's a great type of situation that we'd like to see. So I don't like that bounce on that smaller time frame, but keep watching that 5. So my eyes like just kind of show here, really focused here. And seeing this price continue in that bearish run on 5 minute. And understanding now we're at the half level we could reject. We're at basically the 50% of the expansion imbalance. So you could anticipate a little bit, of bullish price to come in here. I still think we have a little bit farther to fall down to 18.4. So I'm going to be patient here. We can just break to those 20 levels fairly quickly. I'll probably end up exiting since I only have one contract on the board. Looking at the 1 hours, it look pretty bearish still. I think we were really overbought today. This is a good pullback, so they could definitely start to pull this back. One hours all look pretty still bearish on all three. So I think we're gonna get that pushed down to the 20 levels at least. So 5 minute candle getting ready to close bearish again, but that 1 minute starting to show a little bit of strength off 18,450. For me, I wouldn't want to see like an engulfing candle or anything like that, or I would end up covering this position. As of right now, based off 15 and 5, as long as that 5 minute stays below, I'd say 18,480s, we're still in a good position. But 18,450 is a nice area for price to bounce. It's a good half level. So just gotta be patient here for this first hour close. This first hour close can be pretty bearish and it might be dragged out the rest of the day. It could just bounce right here as well. So I do want to kind of condense down and kind of see here. If they were to slip above New York at this point, I would say that the price is going to go higher. So I'm just going to put my risk right there. Really nothing to risk on this anymore. If I had two contracts, what I'd be doing here is exiting one contract here instead of where I did, right? Exit it here at the 450s and do the same thing with the rest of the trade. But I think we're still looking pretty good based off that 5 minute open and close. All right, because this next one opens and goes anywhere below 18,450, then there's a good chance we're going to fall off. YM falling below New York Open now very aggressively, and 15 minutes all looking still pretty bearish. So we got about 3 minutes before this hour closes. So it'd be nice to see if they can just pull it on down. I've seen this a lot of times, but that 1 minute isn't looking to, that's a little nerve wracking, right? So you have this candle here, price can go back above this 5 minute candle. I would say then price and close, especially, then price might actually continue up higher. Okay. It's because how it works. And so that's why I kind of covered my position just in case. But if we never get that candle to close higher here, then it's not a big deal. But it is starting to show the signs already. But we really want to see where that 15 minute closes. They might just give a slight pullback and then fall off. But I'm not for sure. I'm just kind of like waiting patiently here. That 450 bounce, 18,450 bounce isn't looking too great for the shorts. Now, me personally, I wouldn't want to buy this unless it was below, daily open and below that liquidity of the news. So it is what it is. But that's a really good reaction right there. ES is still printing below New York Open, so NQ and ES are the only two printing below. Well, now YM is as well. So I think we can get one more push of CETO down to daily open. We'll just wait it out. Like I said, better buyer than I am seller. So just kind of looking at this subjectively. I can really see that we played the right side of the V. Price has made higher highs, higher lows in a sense, let's say. And as long as price doesn't do the same thing I'm saying there, then price should be good. About 1 minute before this hour, 15-minute close. So let's see if we can get some weakness here from the 80 levels. So yeah, to me, if price was to go back above New York Open and just go right above, then it could slip those equal tops. So I'd rather reposition in a situation like that. Yeah, that's a really nice bounce off 18,450. And so I would have had a, depending on how this ends up playing out the rest of the day, but I would have had a better day if I would have had that two contracts. If I would have just pulled it a little bit later than when I did, but I just didn't like the double tops. So, all right, 1 hours are all about to close bearish here in about 10 seconds, and see if we get a little fall over here. As of right now, though, a lot of bulls are coming into the market from the 18,450s. Okay. So 1 hour is closed bearish, a little sign of strength kind of here. Now we'll kind of that 15-minute close bear, so lower low on ES. So maybe we'll get the fallout right here. Maybe they'll slightly pull it back. We'll see. I really almost want to position my risk back at the top at the 530s, but if it comes in and just taps this one out, I'd rather look for a re-entry. So I could put it a little bit here, like 24, 509s. So it literally might come right up and tap that entry. So how much would I be risking? 509s. If I put my risk here, 525s. So I'm going to move this risk just right here and accept a little small amount just because of the location of it. I don't want it to go right above New York and then just tap and go. So like right here would be fine. If they stay inside this area, but if they were to, go through it and just push on through from that 450 tap, then I'll either look for a new trade or, just wait pretty much. But they're not really finding any weakness right now. ES is kind of showing me that like push above New York Open at same time YM is. So it's just like the prices are a little wild here. But if we can't break 18,500 here, then I think that this will topple down into the 20 levels, which would be great. 18,500 is a hot level here today. Like I said, better buyers than sellers. So looking at this, to me, this looks like, if they fail the 500 level, and they could definitely go under 450s again if they start to fail here. In these first 15 minutes of 9. So not looking too bearish at 18.5. I mean, we need a strong push away. price is printing that signal to me on ES, that that print right above New York right now. So then fall, so I'll kind of show that really quick. So kind of wanting to see if ES can stay right here in this level, but these equal tops as well are kind of difficult.
Suspicion is that breakaway space where everybody gets involved.
So price is closing back above 18,500, which to me isn't good, especially if this 5-minute does the same thing, and then the 15. If it comes back into this area, this could be, like I said, not as great. And I personally don't want to put my risk placement here, so I'll be kind of salty if they just come up and tap me out. But ES is starting to show more strength, so is YM. And those 1 hours aren't showing weakness right now, so we'll kind of see here in this area, I believe. Now I have this at 24.50. I wanted it at 25, but 5 more points would be 31. So 32. I don't want to do 32 because my entry's at 5/10s. So those equal tops don't look so great, and then you have the same tops on the ES, but at 53.04. So we'll be patient right here and see if what we get. I think if we push back below and close on this 1 minute below 18,500 again, that we could find that push lower here. Now I could have a 22-point risk if I put it into that 532s. But like I said, I think if price can push through there, it's going to go higher. So I'd look for another move for today. I don't like where my stop loss placement is though right now, unfortunately. I kind of want it a little bit higher in that 532s, but either it's going to work at point of interest or not. But ES is starting to climb higher. About 70% people long on the NQ, so this is pretty good here, I think, to be at New York Open.
Just 69% in the past, and it's come off that edge.
So it's not breaking down there at that New York Open. It's kind of pumping. So unless price goes back below here before going to that buy stop below 18,500 fairly quickly, then it's going to go higher. Because you're not seeing any weakness on the ES. There's equal highs at 53.04. So they're kind of like trapping people here in this situation. Like I said, I would move my risk, but I just don't want to today. I'll leave it where it's at. If I was gonna move it anywhere, I'd only move it to like instead of 24.50, just 25, so a little bit higher than that wick. I don't want it to be like under that level, but so the 905 to 910 candle, if they can start showing some weakness in that 5-minute, there may be a chance they don't blast those tops first and go to 18,550s, but we've been in a really, really bullish market recently, so. I feel like they're gonna reach up and just grab my risk, though, unfortunately. So ES climbing, YM's climbing, obviously NQ, and that just hit me out for a small loss on that one. So I'll be patient. You know, they're kind of, this is very choppy. I'm gonna be very patient here. Partial a little bit early. 18,450 bounce was a lot better than expected. It was 50% of the 1 hour. But like I said, I still just don't know if this is it, you know. Let me see here. Now, if they leave that risk, I'm going to be a little salty. Like, 'cause I have a feeling they could do that too. So I'll factor back in potentially. Um, but all they did was just kind of rip that internal essentially. So if they start to fail it here, I would actually retake an entry possibly. I do want to continue to look at this area because I just don't think that they're just gonna push it lower yet. I want to see if they rip the equal highs, but I want to see what kind of price presents over here as well. 18, 18, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 37. Their profits are going to be 380s. So I'm above New York Open. I'd like to see price kind of slip that New York Open, and then I'd like to play that area. As of right now, we're getting 5 in an open, 5 in a close, 5 in an open, 5 in a close, 5 in an open with a double tops, right? So you don't want to just short into it. Yep. ES is still having a hard time at that 53 level. So we're going to stay focused here. Now, I like that type of push, but it didn't break, right? So it just made it needs a break and then come back up. Then I'd like to try to play this 5-minute area here. So area would be 18,511s. Just not really seeing that sign that I would want to take it, especially like I said, if there wasn't those double tops, I'd probably take this trade. But I just don't want to take it right now. So experienced about a $280 loss. I need to, just be patient on my next setup, which is fine. So nothing as of right now, the way price is printing at that New York Open, except that they're gonna probably take those internal highs at the 18,532s. So I'm just watching right now, I'm being patient. There was no signal for me to really enter that. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this. I don't accidentally press a button. And I'm waiting for that push through. And then if you look at ES, they look, together, they both look pretty bullish in that 1 hour. 4 hours have about 3 hours left too, so we haven't really shown any signs of weakness over there. So we just gotta wait. Bitcoin's at 64,000, so just want to know where this high is right here. Yeah, 232s. Okay, so we do want to watch. All right, so now it's doing what I want to see at the right time. 3, 2, 0. Take profits. 380s. Now it's doing exactly what I want to see. So if they can push back up above New York Open, I'll probably end up trying to take that trade around that 511 area. 509 would be nice too. So I do like that area if it can push back into my 509s. Want it to push above that area, or right at it as close as I can, really. That's what I'm looking for. See how this candle closes. I want to take it while it's above New York Open. So my risk is a little risky, but if this can fail and fall, then great. If not, then it's going to push on through, and I'll attempt one other trade above 18 550s today, and that'd be it though. So the price really isn't presenting that signal, I'd say, on that 5 minute or 15. It's just showing more signs of strength. But so not looking so promising, but that YM is failing New York Open. So I feel like they can go just right back below 18,450 into that 20 level, like I was saying earlier. It could be a pretty good trade. And then I would think that they push that low, they'll slip that 18,393 low, but they have to show something that they want to go lower first. And they haven't really shown it yet. Everything's still kind of holding up. So that's 9:15 though, that close. So, it did close above New York, kind of showing signs of strength. So between now and 9:30, if price doesn't fall, then, we would have to reevaluate. But I'll leave the stream going for today. We'll kind of see how this plays out. Like I said, I took one, experienced about a $200 and some loss, and then this is my second trade of the day. So no 5 minute weakness below the open right now. I think if we could get a push back below that New York and below 18.5, it would really solidify. But I feel like they're kind of manipulating with these double tops. And then with ES, they have those double tops at 53.04, right above the whole level. So it's just kind of it's just difficult right now. I'm trying to factor in because you feel like you don't want to miss out, but at the same time, that they'll tap that liquidity first. So not looking so good there, I will say. Ever since the 18,450 bounce, it's really just been more strong than not. So prices are really bullish. The 15s are looking really strong, especially NQ, obviously. So just not really seeing it not going up at this point, unfortunately. Okay, so that one did just tap me out. So let me check my losses for today. So I have room for one more trade today that I'm gonna take. That one definitely was a loss. That first one was a small loss. So I just don't think that they're done once they finally slip this liquidity. I feel like we may have a chance eventually, but I think they might push that 18,350 or 550s first. But they may have just wanted that internal liquidity there. So I'm gonna take some notes really quick, and then I'll be back here. So all the prices are really bullish. ES has those highs, like I said, 53.03 and a quarter. So, tempting here. The first time was okay. That second time was probably a little stupid, but 845. Let's see here. What was the next candle? 40. Mhm. $845. Price is still moving higher here. Like I said, I'm just taking notes on my New York session really quick. I will be looking for possibly one more position today, uh, but we'll see kind of how once we slip these highs. That's probably lower. So watching the price still here while I'm taking notes. 910 to 915, and then 915 to 920. Kind of seeing price start to break down without failing to break that high of the day. So that's pretty interesting. So let me see here, 910, 915. No comments. No. So, this is to me the wrong time to be trading, but that 925 push up, and then they can close here. There may be a better setup, like I said, going into 10 a.m. I will be identifying everything here at 9 as well, or 9:30, excuse me. Just to kind of see if we get that break of structure here, because if we fail to go higher after we've already ripped that liquidity, then I think that price could eventually get back and fill this area inside the 18,430s. So 18,432. What's the open of this candle? I want my entry to be in alignment. So 18,528, and the high is 42. So if you count down 32, 22 would be a 20-point risk. So I'm going to see some signals of 5 minutes candles closing lower before I would want to pursue this one. Taking a look here at dollar index. So I'll look at it really fast here. The dollar index has had a major reaction off that weekly last down candles open, which was 104.48. All right, so price had a rejection off the 104.40s today, and has held pretty well since that sweep of liquidity, I believe. So still nothing here, as you guys can see, going into 9:30, 15 minutes getting ready to close. Bullish technically as well. Like right here. and 5 minutes are closing with strength. So nothing that's showing me here that I would want to enter in this area. Before I really want to see them go ahead and just take the 18,550s, but I don't know if it would be available. So 5 minute didn't close with that signal, still showing quite a bit of strength. 15 minute open since 9 to 9:15 bullish, 9:15 to 9:30 bullish. So if it starts to break down, maybe we can find something in here. But we can let it fall and go back up. But right now it's not really showing me that. So I actually do like this. Open. Sorry. Too patient. So ES looks like she's getting ready to reach for those highs on that 15 and just blast through 53. So when I look at those, 4 hours, once they slip that liquidity on all of them, it'll be interesting. But because we've just been, marching our way up. And then on those dailies, 18,550 breaking that area. And then the next daily wick is going to be like 18,570s. Wow. So definitely will be focused in here. Now, if we can't break this high of the day, I want to pay attention to that though, because everything above here now, all right, everything above that slip of liquidity, that push up candle, could potentially be a nice area, but we just got to be patient. We're not getting any kind of structure breaks over here that show us like, oh, we want to play it after we get the 5 minute signal. So just let price run through here, and then by 10, maybe we'll see something where price will come back and try to buy off the 70 levels or slip them, and we could sell down to that. So yeah, once they slip these highs, it'll be very interesting. Price level that I will go study later today is going to be when this price capitulated here on the 5 minute, filling the 50% of the 1 hour imbalance at 50%. And then as price rallied back and closed higher, when I can acknowledge that engulfing, that pushback at 58 was my chance to get the open of this candle here. Let's just say potentially. So 18,475. And so right here would be like right in that area. So that's a good area. Now let's see if they can just run these highs really quick. They did successfully. Cool. Okay, so maybe we can get some shorts in because those news liquidity, the 18,400 are still looking really good. Like I said, I do have the weeklies pulled up here as well. To me, we're getting nothing but strength. I mean, we could mess around and go take the highs of the year, 18,709. We're currently at 545s, so but we do have a candle that took out traders, right? This candle did come up and take out traders, hitting that 550 level. So I really am going to be focused here now, going into the end of the hour.
Potentially going to value low. Then I also have an recession rate high.
ES did slip those highs and make new highs, 5304s. So just got to be patient here. They all left equal lows at that news price, which is very interesting to me. Price is rallying. Okay, so price is just pushing. This is what I want to see if I'm going to take one last trade today, because I want to see them go ahead and push out those stops at the high of the market and then present the signal. 4 hours screaming, daily is screaming. All right, I mean, that daily is looking just crazy. And then we are at 104.63 on dollar. So it's kind of watching that still too.
Yes. John said he was.
Wow, we're pushing crazy after that 450 bounce. So market likes 80 levels. We haven't really reached that level. We're at the 570s. So coming into the last 15 minutes of this hour, we'll look for an opportunity potentially here. Price has just been running off. So we're above New York, we're above daily, above London. So at 9:40, I mean, we're literally still getting higher open, higher close ever since that change of character at 18,470. So, um, you know, this is the area that I do anticipate something to happen. So I am gonna start framing up here with this being the right time. But I would like to see price slip that 5 minute area, 45s, and then put my risk at 64. Right, so about a 20 point risk. But right now, like I said, we're not getting anything. That's taking us away from what price is actually doing, which is every open and every close is bullish ever since this area. So we change this to that change of character area. That was that area right here. So it's a 15-minute candle here, getting ready to close in 3 minutes at the 9:45. So we can probably anticipate something higher, right? Especially inside this 15-minute close. So I'm going to continue to watch and see if they just stretch up to the 18,580s, and I'd love to start attacking back down to this 446. Right where this wick low is, or back into this area here. They may like pull it, come back and buy up some more, but right now they're on a tear. Yes, 5306. 1 hours look really strong as well. So I'll be focused here on these 15s. And Q is just freaking going.
And usually on ES, I'll use anywhere from about 5 to about 9 rates for stocks, since it's pretty sizable. And that means I'm on a rate for the opportunity that's going to allow me to have enough profit margin to use that kind of stocks. That so you got to break up trades on that. That's great the way I want that you go with that. But yes, it's a pretty good rate to ensure that your position is strong. So rather than them hunting all of the stocks that are in 5 and 100, lots of the time I'll put stocks that are in 111s. That's secret. Yeah. That's information. Smash sometimes. Also very interesting how much inside sections.
Nothing is stopping here, guys, going into this 15-minute close. So, if we don't see anything by like, that 10:15, that gives us a transitional type play to factor in, then that'll just be it for today, unfortunately, because those buys have rallied. But I think price is basically doing the vice versa. What I look for in buys, the capitulation. So it just keeps searching and searching, and then reaches for that algo quant level, 18,580s. I'd love to see that. So Okay, so 45-minute close, this will be the area that 15-minute, extended up 18,567. So if I get that signal in between here and now, I'd play the 5-minute area with my stop at 18,567 and 3/4, 567, 567. Oops, 75. Right. 567, 75. Take profits are going to be 400, 380, 395. So 395. And then what I'm going to do is add in my two. So really looking for this price to play that area. Right now, that risk isn't really nothing. But I do want to see a little bit more. I'd love to see the close. That way I can really frame up this area. Without that close, I really don't really want to take that trade. So I could wait until maybe, 950s, 55s, or maybe even 10 or somewhere in the 10-15s. We'll see. Mm. Not really getting those closures we want to see. 5 minutes are opening and closing more bullish. And then you have between now and 10 a.m.'s 15-minute candle showing a lot of strength. So this is invalid. And so we're just going to have to wait it out some more. End of the day is obviously here. So, just be patient. We're coming into that second half of the day where I think, you could take a lunch, I call it a lunch trade or a PM session trade that may work in your favor. But if they're skyrocketing everything, I'd say by 10-15 still, we have no signs of weakness. I'll probably just walk away until tomorrow. I'll have to accept the loss on the day. It's been since last Monday since I've had a losing day. So
Still need to see this push higher. I have orientation points.
strength is just going crazy right now. ES is a super extended as well. Those 1 hours still look really strong. There's nothing that's showing on those that don't look like they're going to continue higher. So, really quick, take a look here at this dollar index. And I feel like we may end up revisiting that 104 level and start breaking down that weekly on dollar. So, taking a quick look at oil and gold and Bitcoin. Gold's up today. Oil's starting to fall lower than 78, and BTC bounced off that 60,000 level. Really nice. So, just nothing here right now. The strength. Wow, no, we're pushing closer to 18,600 again. This is crazy. So we've got 18,600 marked. And so, I mean, we're just pushing. There's nothing on a 5 minute that shows me that they're not going to continue doing that. This was 9:45 to 9:50 strength, right? And then the 9:30 to 9:15 candle closed really strong. So so we're getting closer into that quant level, 18,580s, right? So as we get closer to the next whole level, which would be 18,600, you could see a little bit of retracement. There's quite a bit of buys in the market, so I am going to be watching this level closely here, being the right time of the day. 18,572 and 2/4 could be my risk. So if it closes lower there, I probably will take this. 572, 50. Okay, take profits are going to be, let's just put 400 for now, and then I'm going to change it to 380. So I'll just do now 380s. Okay, so now same thing. If we can get this area, great. But I'd like to see some more evidence that would make me want to take it here. So if it can close lower, cool. Comes back up then I can attempt that area. Let's see here. Okay. So I do like how they're all kind of showing some weakness here after pushing up dramatically today. Now I want to know the open in this 5 minute candle. The open is 18,564. We like 3, 6, or 9 numbers. So just so I have an idea to really condense that risk down to what I want, which that risk would be. At this point, I really want to see them close the 5 minute lower. And then I like the frame, because if they don't close it and it just does what it's doing now and continues up and just kind of rips that 80 level, then, that 1 minute doesn't look so bearish yet. I'd like to see like an actual shift. I do like how price has built up. It's just how is this going to form here? Just no signs of anything yet. Now, like I said, this next, 955 candle can close lower low. I may look to frame this up off the high. So yeah, let's see if it can close lower. Give me a little bit better, of confluence, I would say, if that kind of shows some weakness, because then we can at least attack back down the New York Open or 18,500. So I do like how that's starting to build. If I can get a push back up until I think that open 64 wouldn't be bad here. So I like that close. I thought it was pushing up. So that'll work though. This will be the last trade of the day. We did get the signal, the 5 minute close. It didn't really just aggressively go. Um, but I will say this: if it can work, great. If not, then it's going to push up to the 580 levels. So ES is showing a little bit of weakness at 5308, which is a good level, but I just think this is still too tight. Still too tight, unfortunately. Unless we get, price to just fall from here down into this area fairly quickly, then it's a little too early. So could have had a little bit less risk if I just waited for that 64, but it's okay. So still no weakness. So and all it was 1 5 minute pullback, close lower. So that's not really enough. But like I said, even if we can push down into those 20s, I'll exit a contract to reduce some of that risk down today. Start to fall fast though to 18.5, then I'll manage it a little differently. But right now, it's not really showing me that. So would like to see some weakness on that 1 minute, like a break of structure of the 18.560s. And this push away on the 5 minute if it's going to work. Otherwise, I think they go one more time up to whole level or 580 level before they go down. So it's not looking so promising right now. I just don't see it, the bearishness right now. It's just we'll know in this 5 minute candle they might just reach. Frustrating right there. So they definitely came and reached for that stop. So for this account for today, I don't want to take any more losses because that was, let me see where I'm at. I haven't lost since last Monday. So today, down about 800. So probably call it quits on that just because they're going to keep rallying it up. But, can't win them all. It is what it is. But with that being said, they may present another position later on today in the PM session. I might have just been a little bit early here trying to, push it. But they're just relentless to the upside. So that being said, I'll see you guys later tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah. So see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. And you guys have a good day.